Yo, Kingdom, community vibes, community ties. Terrance Tucker is the brother who's connecting the tribe.
Yes, I know you're mad at me. I know you're mad, man. Don't be mad, because you see the queen next to me. Yes, the queen, man. Huh? We have Dr. Dee Bell Williams in the building, man. Huh? Look at God. He is able. He is able, okay? Did you wake up this morning, okay? Did you say your prayers? Because if you did, you would have Dr. Dee Bell next to you like I do. You would have Dr. Dee Bell next to you like I do. Welcome to another phenomenal episode of the Community Vibes, man. Where we highlight special people that's doing special things within the community. Yes, because that's what we are about. Now, we know you're anxious to get, thank you, sir. We know you're anxious to get to this queen right here. But let's pay two real quick bills, okay? Number one, if you woke up this morning, give God all the praise. Because he is able. I'm telling you, he is able, man. I'm telling you, he is able, all right? So thank him morning, noon, and night. Give him the praise, give him the glory, all right? And number two, the rap Trez man, that's his name? Rap Trez man, singing in the background. You hear him? That's because you know where you're at. You're at the groove. Yep, at the groove. The groove, smoothie, and juice bar. Okay? Dr. D has her juice. And she has her own juice named after her.
My own juice.
Okay? Dr. Bell Williams smoothie.
Yes.
Okay?
And it's very special.
It's very special. Okay. Trust me, it's special. It's special. All berries. All right? But listen, man, we are so elated to have this phenomenal, incredible, excellent queen, man, in the building with us today. We are so excited. Yo, stand up on your feet and give this young lady a huge round of applause. Okay? Thank you so much, Doctor. Listen, we are real good friends,
yes.
Have been, and guess what? We're gonna make some of y'all mad out there, because she's a bulldog.
Go
Yes.
Bulldogs.
Go Bulldogs. Okay, go Bulldogs. Thank you for coming on the show. Okay, how you feeling today?
I'm feeling pretty good. Thank you so much for having me here. I feel
easy.
excellent. I think this is an amazing space to, have conversations, not just with the community vibes, but hey, like you said, we're at the Groove Smoothie, and it's an amazing spot. So I'm excited.
Now, just for those who have been sitting up under a rock, okay, you don't know who this young lady is. Okay, that's your fault. But you come to the vibes and we'll tell you. Yes, we'll tell you. Okay. Let me tell you something. For one, she's probably one of the smartest women I know. Okay? Like, I feel smart just sitting next to her. Okay? My IQ went up like 10 notches just by me sitting here. Okay? They say you sit around greatness, you become great all of a sudden. Right? Now, I know that you guys are really wondering why we call her the queen. Because she does it all. Like, she's a one-stop shop, but she is an advocate for education, a huge advocate for education. Now, she's from Norway.
Hey.
Norway, stand up. Norway.
Yeah.
It's Norway.
It's Norway.
Norway, stand up. Now, coming from Norway, did you envision this, where you at right now?
And I have to say no.
Wow.
When you're young, you think you can really do it all. And I think that to a degree, depending on what area you land in, you can. But I didn't know I would be doing what I'm doing. I did not intend to go into education. That was not my goal. My grandmother was an educator. I grew up with cousins who were educators. Most of the community members that pretty much mentored me were educators. And so I said I was not going into education. And lo and behold, after going to South Carolina State University and gaining identity, really understanding what my purpose was, understanding what God placed me in this earth to do. And I ended up in education after graduating from SC State in 2002. I went immediately into the classroom and have been there for past 17, 18 years.
Now, so when you left South Carolina State, did you go to middle school, high school, or where?
High school.
High school?
Yes.
Okay.
High school.
What high school, if you don't mind me saying?
When Blackfield Hilda High School. That's Barlow
Blackfield.
19. Yeah.
Blackfield, man.
Which is actually like another home for me because my mother's mother lives in Blackfield. My grandmother lives in Blackfield, and so my cousins went to Blackfield Hill.
Norway's like right there, though.
Yeah, it's about
It's like
12 minutes.
Norway, what is it? It's Norway, Blackville, Barnwell. Right
Well,
there, right?
Norway and Blackville and Barnwell are not exactly that close.
Okay.
But you have Norway, Springfield, Blackville.
Okay.
Nice is
Well,
a little further up.
Springfield.
Yes, Springfield
Okay.
is close
Gotcha.
to Blackfield
Gotcha.
as well.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so
Gotcha.
small, very small, rural farm towns.
Right.
That's pretty much where it all got started. And then after college, I went back
Right.
into those spaces because that's where I came from. So
Serving
I
the
wanted to
people.
go back and pour into
Paying
those
it
young
forward.
people.
Yes,
Mhm.
yes. Which she has done. I'm telling you, which she has done. Now, we know that you worked hard to get that DR right in front of your name. All right, let's talk about that right there, like that journey. Like because was it something that you envisioned when you finished school, or did it come by mentorship?
Well, it's a mixture.
Okay.
I figured that one of the ways that I was going to have influence in my field, whatever it was going to be, was to get the highest degree possible. So my senior year, I had an opportunity when I was working with the Ed Leadership Department.
Okay.
During my senior year, I was
Right.
editing because I was an English major.
Oh, wow.
And so I had an opportunity to edit dissertations for doctoral students or doctoral candidates, I should say,
Wow.
who were getting there and pursuing and presenting during their final dissertation period. They were
Right.
doing their final presentation.
Right.
And when I sat in the room, I actually had the opportunity to sit in the room with some of the candidates while they
Right.
were doing their presentation.
Right.
And immediately it came over
your
me. It
mind.
like
Yeah.
dawned on me like,
Yeah.
this is what I want to do.
Yeah.
Like
That was your
and
epiphany.
That was my epiphany.
Yeah.
It's like, this is what I want to do. And
Wow.
and literally the road was paid for me, like you said, through mentorship, getting the degrees. You know, after the bachelor's, I got the MED. I'm in curriculum and instruction. Then I went back for the ed specialist, and then back to South Carolina State, my alma mater, the best of the best.
Yeah.
I went there for the doctorate. So it was like, once I had that epiphany, there was no stopping me.
Yeah. Now, this young lady right here is listen, she's a speaker, author, okay, professor. So we're about to learn about all this right now, okay? Now, she is a professional development connoisseur, okay? I'm telling you now. And she's wrote a book about it. Let's talk about that book.
Yay! I have a copy here for you guys. So you can see it. You can see what it looks like. It's me.
Let's get a little closer to the screen. Let's get a little
There
closer
you
to
go. Your arms are longer than mine. There it is. Culture-focused teaching,
Yeah.
the simple system to escape classroom management disaster and fall in love with teaching again. One of the reasons why I wrote this book is because you all may be aware, for the last couple of years, we've been faced with an educational fugitive crisis, is what I term it in my book. But basically, we've lost a lot of teachers in the field.
Right.
They are leaving left and right. Teacher retention is constantly on the on the low, like we have so much going on in South Carolina, period, but then across the nation. And through research, even you'll find through reading this book, is that it's not an issue just in the United States.
Right.
This is an issue that's all across the globe,
Right.
where teachers are abandoning the field, they're
Right.
leaving the field, they don't see that they're being honored, that they're being respected,
Right.
and that they're not even being paid their worth.
Enough.
And right,
Yes.
so they're leaving. And so what I've done is compile some of the data that I've researched, in addition to low pay, of course, teaching being such a noble field. People will do it when they have the right support system. So the number two reason why educators leave the field is they don't feel like they're adequately supported to manage their classrooms.
That's true.
And so that's where this book comes in, because it gives a lot of strategies and also research-based information on how to effectively build a classroom culture. I know many of you have heard of culturally responsive learning out there, but this is culture-focused teaching, where it puts the emphasis more so on understanding the teacher's culture, as well as the teacher understanding all the different cultures that the students bring inside of the classroom. And culture, of course, not just meaning like our race and where we come from, but culture also means a difference in our socioeconomic statuses, the difference and how, you know, our communities, where we're raised, the difference in our experiences. Some children are exposed to more than others. So the culture of one home is different from the culture of another. So what the book does is just break down how to understand like different cultures and build a culture that builds a oneness within the class, where you embrace the diversity of all your students' cultures and help them understand the importance of why, you know, just because Terrance was raised a certain way doesn't make him any different than me, because I was raised a certain way, but we're all the same and we're all trying to achieve the same results, and we all can have access to those same things when we position ourselves. And that's what we want to teach students, teachers, to help position students so that they can get access. Listen, and it's all about building culture.
Listen, get this book, okay? Immediately. Teachers, get this book, okay? Educators, get this book. Matter of fact, let's listen. How can they get this book?
They can go either two places. You can go to www.drDunlimited.com, which is my website, or you can go to Amazon.com and simply click in Culture Focused Teaching, or click in Dr. Dee Bell Williams. My book will pop up. This is the first of many. So either my name or the name of the book, you can click in Amazon and it will pop right up for you.
Boom! I told you. We were gonna have some good stuff for you today. Get your notepads out, okay? Get your notepads out. I'm telling you this right now. Now, I grew up, my grandmother used to always say, there's no limitations.
Man.
No limitations, okay? You can be whatever you want to be, who you want to be, if you just simply believe in yourself, all right? Do not let nobody put limitations on you.
Absolutely.
Now, that limitation word means a lot to you. Why is so? Why is that?
I have an interesting story about why I named my company Dr. D Unlimited.
Okay.
When I was young, pretty much most of my childhood, even going into my early teens, all my life I was raised by my grandmother, but I knew who my mother was, and of course my father was around. But between the time I was a child into like the early teens, my mother was a drug addict.
Wow.
And so I had to live life really trying to figure out identity, trying to figure out, you know, who I was, what was I to become, because so much around me didn't look like a promising future, because even though I was raised by my father's side of the family, many of his brothers were drug dealers. So I was always enamored and around all of this negativity. So I had to decide, and there were days where I didn't make good choices and I felt limited. And it was my very own mother in the state that she was in would tell me, do not let anybody limit you. She was like, it doesn't matter who does. She said, it doesn't even matter what I'm doing. Don't worry about what I'm doing. You make a choice and decide to be all that you can be. And I used to tease her. I was like, Mom, you stealing the Army's logo. Like, that's their mantra. That's
it don't matter.
That's their
matter. It doesn't matter.
And she would listen. We would laugh at that would be our little joke or whatever. But she would always say that. Be all that you can be. Don't be limited by anything. And so that stuck with me from my childhood all the way up through I'm a full-grown woman, and I decided to name my company Dr. D Unlimited because of my mom and the influence and impact, even in her state, that she had on my life. And it doesn't end in a dull way per se as relates to, you know, her condition, because like I think I was 15 or 16, my mother did stop using drugs. She, you know, was drug free, and again, she was one of my biggest cheerleaders and pushed me continually. She actually used to work at South Carolina State University, so and for those of you all who knew her in her good state,
it's in the blood,
there, right? It's just in the blood. She was there. She got herself clean and got a job at SC State, and you know, of course, I'd end up there. And if anybody went during the time of like '96 to 2009, my mother passed in 2009. She was still working there, no problem at all. But if you were there, she was Miss Bell. And so, you know, some of the audience members who went to South Carolina State during that time frame may have known her.
They better know.
You better know. Right.
You better find out.
So,
you better say, yeah, I know.
Right. And so, so that's like that's where the name comes from. You know, people think that it's because of all of my experience and accomplishment, and it is, but it came from that place of, you know, where I had self-doubt at one time, but it took my very own mother, not even being in the best condition, to tell me, don't let anybody limit you. So I say that to you.
Yeah.
If you are watching, don't let anybody limit you. I'm Dr. D Unlimited. I mean, and that's what I told him earlier. Like, you can achieve several different things in different lanes. You can do that. And I'm a believer. As he started this broadcast with waking up and thanking God, I'm a believer. I serve an unlimited God. So why am I limited? So that's another reason why I live in this thing every day.
Yeah.
If I'm praying to an unlimited God, then I am unlimited.
Let's pass around the whole collection plate right now, man. Get your money out your pocket. Dee started a fire in here, man. We got to call 911. I'm sorry, y'all. We got to take a break or something. But listen, I'm telling y'all, man, this is for real. Okay, she is the queen, but she's speaking from experience. Okay, battle tested.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, battle tested, man. But she is a huge advocate for education. Okay, now one thing that you guys don't realize is that she got a swag from one HBCU.
Oh yeah.
But she's giving her love to the other.
Yay!
Okay. Benedict College, man, stand up, man, because you have the best walking around your campus right now, man. It's just, in my opinion, no shade, no hate, but the best professor on the yard. I said it, man. Anybody got a problem with meet me outside groove, okay? But I'm serious, I'm telling you. So, why Benedict College?
Man, first of all, you said something major. It's an HBCU, and of course, we graduated from an HBCU.
We did.
From what we believe is the best of the best at South Carolina State. However, all HBCUs are good. They are great. They are great spaces for our children.
Right.
Because it is where I learned identity. It is where I learned more about my people and the influence that African Americans had on this nation. It is where I learned from some of my professors who were advocates of understanding the influence and the impact that not only African Americans that you know about, like globally, but also locally.
Right.
They helped you with understanding like who were the ones to know in Orangeburg County. Like who was it that you needed to know in Columbia, because these were local heroes. So I thought that was really awesome that they didn't just focus on like the large body of celebrities of the African American community, but they made you focus in on our local heroes. Very similar to what you're doing here with the Community Vibe show. It's kind of honing in on local people who are actually doing amazing things. So I thought that was awesome, because guess what? When you're at an HBCU and you begin to understand like who the local kingmakers are, as we say in politics, when you learn who those people are, you can connect with them. And those can be your mentors, those can be the people that can help you kind of steer and navigate the direction where you want to go. And so, why Benedict? I'm a resident in Columbia. I actually have history with Benedict. And I tell people all the time, it was like I was made to go to an HBCU. Some of the good parts and the flip side about being raised by my dad's side of the family, many of the females, I had one aunt that went to college. She went to Claflin. But many of the community members I went to church with were graduates of Benedict College. But the first lady from my hometown, which were all cousins, she actually is a graduate of Benedict. And so when we were in church, I was like 12 years old. I used to stay on Benedict's campus for the Young People's Christian Assembly program. So when I would go to Benedict, you meet people from all different parts of the state. Benedict is a Baptist school, and I grew up in a Baptist church, so it's a Baptist associated school. So I would meet all of these amazing people, and then my aunt went to Claflin. I would stay on campus with her sometimes, and then I was a Claflin College Upward Bound student. So I knew that I was going to, when I get this doctorate, I was going to teach at an HBCU.
That's a lot of history, man.
So it's just embedded in me.
Born for this.
Yeah, it's just embedded into me.
Trained.
Trained for HBCU.
Because see, Benedict, I tell, my friends and family, everybody knows. Benedict was the first place that I saw black men going to class.
Man.
Benedict had a program when I was like 10, 11 years old. Benedict had a program for kids for low poverty areas.
Okay.
And we got, we actually went there, man, free of charge. Willie Washington, man, took care of everything.
Okay.
We learned how to swim. we went to like different classes and stuff like that.
Right.
But as I'm there, you know, I'm seeing men that's dressed nice, right, handling themselves like men going to class, and I never seen that.
Man.
Never seen that.
Man.
So Benedict College was the first place that I you know, that when I was a kid, that I saw men going to class, going to college. So I always got love, nothing but love for Benedict College, because they paved the way for me. They showed me that black men can go to college.
Man, that's amazing.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
I love it. I love
College.
being there. I get to continually impact students. Students who were like me at one time in college, trying to find their way, find, you know, what did God put them on earth for, and how does this college experience help navigate and get me closer to what that looks like, what my future looks like. So, I mean, I'm here in Columbia. There was no other place.
Man,
so
I'm telling you, BC, BC, you got a gold right here, man. I'm telling you, she is the GOAT. All right, so treat her well. You better treat her well. Now, let's talk about something that's near and dear to us. These beautiful black young ladies. Okay, that are coming up. If you can talk to the 17-year-old you, man, what would you say to her?
Jesus Christ.
That beautiful young lady at 17. Straight out of Norway, right now. Woo. What would you say to her right now?
Man, the first thing I would really say is you are enough. All by yourself. You don't need validation from anybody, especially boys, especially, you know, feeling like you gotta climb to the top of the class to be recognized, even in your school, but just doing your best was enough. Trying to impress people with, you know, the knowledge that you knew. You are enough. All in and of and by yourself. The way that you were created, you were unlimited, so you don't have any barriers or blockages. Everything that you set your hand to will succeed because you've been called to success. And just be very sure. Be sure in who you are, because you serve a sure God, and because He's sure, you can be sure that everything that He's allowed you to have access to and that you will have access to, it belongs to you. It doesn't belong to anybody else, so you don't have to worry about competing and being so competitive, thinking that something's going to be taken from you. But everything that's been ordained and been set aside for you and has been placed with your name on it, it belongs to you.
Come on, man. Hey, 17-year-old, you about to be great. I'm telling you, you about to be.
You great right now.
Right. My bad. That's my fault. But let me tell you, you have greatness inside of you right now. But once you look in the future, now you're just a phenomenal queen. I'm telling you, man, because she has manifested to something that we never dreamed of. Why? Because sometimes, you know, when you don't see it, right, you don't know that you can be it. You know what I'm saying? So many of us, like me and my friends,
that's so good.
We grew up, we didn't know we can go to college until we went to Benedict College. Right? Because nobody was saying, hey man, you can go to college. Hey man, here's how you do it. Here's what is this? Perfect blueprint. Okay? We were not shown the blueprint because my mom didn't go to college, my dad didn't go to college, my neighbors didn't go to college. You see what I'm saying? But my mother, man, she invested in me, and she sent me to that program. Okay, she sent me to that free program at Benedict College. Okay, and that's where I realized, man, this college thing might be all right. You know what I'm saying? It's all about exposure. Okay, so let's expose these queens. Let's expose these queens. Help these queens out, man and woman. Okay, take them by the hand, right? Just show them their greatness right now. Let them meet Dr. D. I'm telling you, because listen, we have to expose these kids to greatness.
And let me tell you, there's a way that they can connect with me where, you know, they can expose like young high school students, middle school, even elementary children, because children are so impressionable at young ages now, to where if you bring in speakers and people who look like them and they see, man, like she's doing this. If you go to www.culturefocusedteaching.com, that is the website where if you are a teacher or if you are a principal, that's where you can find all the services that I offer, from elementary all the way up to high school. I train teachers from every level how to build culture in their classrooms. And if we're not cognizant of culture at this point, then we definitely need to be awakened to it, because there's so much going on in our society, so much going on in the political arena, in the criminal justice system. We need to be aware of culture and what that really looks like, and how to build cultures where all of our children in our classroom feel supported, feel loved, where they can feel appreciated, and they feel like their identity matters. Statistics prove that mostly K through 8th grade, students are going to be introduced to teachers that don't look like them, especially if they're in predominantly black and brown schools. Most of their teachers are white. So they need to see black teachers, they need to see black people, period, in those classrooms during that time, whether they're coming in to speak, whether they're coming in to train, whether they're coming in to mentor, whatever that aspect is. Our children need to see us in operation, in our goals, in our dreams, in our professions. They need to see it. As Terrance already said, one of the things that prohibits is because they don't see a blueprint. If they see us in operation. So by bringing me in to train your educator, your students will see, oh, there's a black female here that is helping my teacher, who may not be black, better understand me as a black kid. And so those are the things that we deal with. That's huge. We talk about classroom management issues. We talk about the cultural breakdown and cultural sensitivity detail. We talk about all of those things. How to have conversations with your black and brown children if you're not, black or brown, if you identify as white. So we talk about those things. We talk about, we give you strategies. We give you research-proven methods that you can actually utilize. So if you go to culturefocusdteaching.com, there is access for teachers, for videos. You can get emails daily. Principals can also sign up their teachers, and the school can purchase the licensing for the program. So they have access to all of this information to be better, and so that the students can see a reflection of what greatness looks like.
Because you are what you see.
You are what you see.
I'm telling you, man, you are what you see. Like I said, man, super huge salute to Benedict College, man.
Yeah, man.
I'm telling you, because if it wasn't for y'all, man, I probably wouldn't have went to college, honestly.
Listen.
I'm telling you. But that, that right there, man, like those young men, they showed me, they say, son, you just do what you have to do. You can go to college, be whatever you want to be, who you want to be. It doesn't matter where you're from. It doesn't matter who does not support you, okay? God will make a way.
Absolutely.
God will make a way
Absolutely.
for you if you believe in yourself.
That's it.
Okay? Now,
shout out to BC.
Shout out to BC. But shout out to South Carolina State too.
Yes.
We ain't forget about you. We ain't forget about you. Babe, so, how can they get in contact with you going forward?
Sure. Like, there's several ways. Most people are social media savvy. They're going to watch this on a social media platform. So there are different ways you can connect with me. You can connect with me at Dr. D Unlimited on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. You can find me at Dee Bell Williams on LinkedIn. And also, Dee Bell Williams is my Facebook name, my personal Facebook page as well. I also have a Culture Focused Teaching Instagram. So you can follow me at Culture Focused Teaching at IG. And that's really growing. I have people from all over the world that are connected there, because I have presenting. I didn't share that earlier. I've presented all over the world as well, not just in the United States. But
and you just attended a conference.
Yes, in London. Yes, and that was pre-pandemic. Literally just got off the plane the week before the country shut down.
But it was a conference that you just took
part
in.
I'm sorry. The virtual conference. Yes, that was amazing. I had the opportunity to speak with 2,700 teachers from across the globe, and it's what's called the Total Teacher Summit. It's the second year that the sponsors have actually done this actual conference, and it's my first year participating, and I'm super excited about next year because, of course, with the pandemic, everything is pretty much virtual now, and to be able to impact that many educators, and a platform at one time was amazing. My topic think was super cool is it comes from a chapter in my book, Overcoming the Teacher Fear Factor, talking about why teachers are leaving the classroom. And of course, because we're in such a, I guess, a high level now of cultural consciousness, and teachers are wanting to know more about how to identify with their Black students. So I taught a segment on effectively talking about racism and social injustices in the class without losing control of your class. So I talked about, specific things about teachers being able to manage their classes appropriately, because those conversations, can sometimes get out of control.
They can.
But with the methods and the strategies that I gave them, it's a step-by-step. I'm showing them how to actually open up, have those dialogues within the classroom without losing control of the class.
Hey, I'm telling you, man, the proof is in the pudding. Okay, the proof is in the pudding. Okay, she is phenomenal. Okay, phenomenal. Listen, give her a call. Okay. Matter of fact, go to the website.
Yes.
Okay. Show love to the website, because if you do, let me say. Okay, we gonna say it right now. All right. The first person that goes to her website, okay, and buys her book, okay, I will buy you a unlimited shirt.
Ooh.
Myself.
Hurry up.
Okay. So the first person that she tells me bought this book from watching this podcast, I will buy you a shirt myself. Because I'm so appreciative of that. Because we're trying to flood. Listen, we're trying to break the website down. Okay, break it down. Okay, break it. Okay. So let's get those calls rolling in. All right. Let's get those purchases rolling in immediately. Okay. Yeah. Let's support the culture. Yeah. Okay. Let's support the culture, because there are no limits when we support each other.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
There are no limits. No limits. All right. Now, thank y'all so much, man. And we can't let her go without asking her the magic question. We can't let Doc go without asking her the magic question, because we are so thankful that she's on the show. She's such a busy woman, man. She's speaking in Spain, London, Africa. Listen, okay? We had to catch her while she was free. All right? So we can't let her go just yet without asking her the magic question. All right. You ready?
All right, guys.
Now, I already know that you're on this special diet right now.
Okay.
But
I am.
But
health is wealth.
Health is wealth. Okay? Don't listen to me, listen to her. Now, when you did eat chicken wings,
okay.
When you did eat chicken wings, did you prefer the drums or the flats?
I love flats.
Forget everything I said about her.
That was an easy one.
Forget everything I said about her. What's wrong with you, flat? Why flats though?
Because they're good. It's like the white meat of the wing. Like the drum is like the dark meat, and I don't like dark meat. I like white meat. So I don't know.
I just
can't taste different.
Win with y'all flat lovers.
And then when you use sauce, it's so easy to just dip and move around.
But you can scoop with the drum though.
No, it's just because that round and with the flat you got to scoop. You got something a little bit better there.
I just don't understand. Benedict College, man. Hide your flats, man. Okay? Hide your flats. That's all I can say. Hide your flats. All right? Okay, listen. But one thing that we know for sure, man, is that she is a phenomenal educator. That's unquestioned. Okay? So please, man, okay? Hire her, okay? Book her, contact her for anything that you need, especially professional development.
Yes.
Okay, that's key. I'm telling you, that's key, man.
And we do virtual.
Yeah, virtual. Okay, your stock will immediately go up.
Yes.
I promise you. Okay, I feel 10. Listen, my IQ is through the roof. Okay, when I leave here, man, I promise I'm going to take somebody's test just for the hell of it. Okay, just because I feel smart. Okay, so listen, make sure y'all please y'all get in contact with her. All right, let's blow this thing up, because we have to support our Black queens, man. It's important. Okay, let's stop the hate. Let's start giving out more love. Okay, because listen, that's how we grow.
That's how we grow.
That's what God would want.
Absolutely.
Love. Okay. love, all right?
Absolutely.
All right, y'all, so thank y'all so much, man, for another impactful episode of this thing we call Community Vibes, man, all right?
Thank y'all
We'll
so
catch
much.
y'all, all right? Listen, please have a good weekend, man. Say your prayers at night, all right? Love somebody, hug somebody, man. Take care.
Yo, Kingdom. Community vibes, community ties. Terrance Tucker is the brother who's connecting the tribe. You say you won't shine, come get your shine on. You say you want vibes, come get your vibe on. Community vibes, community ties. Terrance Tucker is the brother who's connecting the tribe. Hey, you say you won't shine, we'll get your shine on. You say you want vibes, we'll get your vibe on.